Well, people are celebrating Transgender Day visibility all across the city of San Francisco. Larkin Street Youth Services held an event today connecting service providers with the LGBTQ plus youth dealing with housing insecurity, also providing Narcan and much needed supplies. And this as the Trump administration works to erase the mention of transgender people from government websites and tries to remove transgender people from the military. Support for trans rights has waned in the wake of the 2024 presidential election, where concerns about gender-affirming care and sports participation became hot-button issues. And this weekend, a barber in the Mission providing some support for trans youth feeling the pressure. And as Kevin Coe reports, for these youth, sometimes traditional barbershops, well, they just don't cut it.
When someone needs a fade in the Mission, you might find them in this chair.
You still want to keep the tail in the back?
Yeah.
Twinks is a barber at Steel and Strand, a modern barbershop offering the classic fade, something Twinks himself remembers having troubles finding.
Going into a salon and like needing to get a haircut for myself, like when I was first transitioning, and I felt like I didn't get that fade that I wanted.
During his transition, Twinks knew he wanted a fade, but he also knew all the tales of barbershop lore.
The dynamic of the barbershop where you walk in, it's like people always feel intimidated or feel like they can't come into a barbershop to feel good or get cut because you have people sizing them up, looking them up and down like, oh, like you don't belong in this barbershop or you don't. It's already hard enough being a black and brown man in the community, and then you add being trans to that, it makes it like even more difficult to want to come into a barbershop and get cut.
Even though he went through it himself, Twinks didn't realize how common those uncomfortable introductions were until he started hearing his clients tell the same story.
You know, he was like, I was scared to come into a barbershop, not gonna lie. The shop over there, he was like, I kept getting like, you know, kind of like sized up, like feeling all that like masculine testosterone energy.
That's when he decided to post this, offering free haircuts for the entire month of March for any trans boys.
I just put it out there to be like, you know, if I could just help one person or two people feel confident about their identity and the way that they look, that was really my goal. But I didn't think it was gonna blow up the way that it did.
Twinks has gotten DMs from people across the country and even from Canada asking for a haircut. Twink says he'll continue offering free haircuts to trans youth on a different day monthly for his community and its existence.
No one's gonna stop me being trans. No one's gonna stop me from being me. Like, I know who I am and I know who I identify as, and then it doesn't matter what like the world sees us as. Like, you're not normal, you're sick in the head or whatever they say about transgender, you know, the trans community, but like whether the president says it, not president says it, your neighbor, your whoever, you know, says it, that's not gonna define who you are.
For anyone who feels left out, Twinks is hoping to fade them back in, one cut at a time.